You're listening to the best of the Morning X, dropping back into the interview from a few moments ago. This is the original 99X.
We feel the lure of Tibet's holiest city, home of the Dalai Lama.
You have taught throughout your whole life, and Buddhism in general teaches nonviolence at all costs. Is there ever a time when tolerance runs out? Is violence ever okay as a response?
This is quite a complex question. Firstly, the demarcation, violence and non-violence, is in deeper sense depend on motivation. Out of compassionate motivation, some harsh method. Looks could be violence, but essentially non-violence. Other hand, very negative motivation. The motivation want to cheat other one or exploit other, then using a nice word and a big smile, that appears non-violence, but essentially violence.
Mm-hmm.
But then, on the ordinary sense, the violence, the more harsh action or word, here, from the Buddhist viewpoint, if you have sincere motivation, then just cause or good aim, then under particular circumstances, violence can be permissible. But then you see, my personal view is once you committed violence, it is unpredictable. So therefore, it is better right from the beginning, avoid.
You once said in an interview that if your followers were to come to you and said, Your Holiness, we no longer can tolerate and we must stand up and fight, that you would resign as the Dalai Lama.
That's right.
Do you still feel that way?
Yes. Once you see the things become out of control, then there's no other alternative except withdraw.
I think a lot of people that are admirers of yours would be very interested to know what a typical day is like for the Dalai Lama from when you wake up to the end of your day.
In India, when I am free, then my usual daily life, something like this. The morning about 3:30, I wake up. Then some short sort of exercise. Then meditation lasted till about 8:30. Then of course, during that period, I take my breakfast. Usually breakfast quite heavy because of the previous night, no food. So I always feel hungry. Then around 9, then I usually read or begin to study. And sometimes in meeting some people. Then lunch, noon lunch. The lunch, some time back I tried to become a vegetarian.
Yes.
But then after almost 2 years, then I developed some kind of severe jaundice problem. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So then I returned my usual diet. But now, since some time back, I usually do 1 day vegetarian, 1 day non-vegetarian. So at least 6 months remain as a vegetarian.
That's good.
And then whole afternoon, yes, the meeting or some office work. Then after 5, 6, then my evening meditation. That take around 1 hour, 1.5 hour. Then 8:30, 9, my another kind of meditation or restful. That is my sleep.
That's very good. I have one more thing. People who have seen you know you have a wonderful sense of humor.
Yes.
You love to laugh. And we have a listener who wrote a joke that I will tell you, a very funny joke. The Dalai Lama is driving in his car with his driver, and they are late for a meeting. Dalai Lama says, hurry. And the driver is driving so slow that he pulls the driver out of his car and it puts him in back, and the Dalai Lama starts driving the car. So the Dalai Lama is going much too fast, and the policeman pulls him over, and he looks inside, and he goes back to his police car. The officer in the police car says, who is that in the car? Who is going so fast? And the policeman says, I don't know, but he must be important because the Dalai Lama is his chauffeur.
Funny.
It's been an honor.
Can I have 15 seconds? Okay. Your Holiness, it has been an honor and
Our
a treat.
listeners came out to our concert Saturday night. We were able to raise $30,000 for the International Campaign for Tibet in honor of your visit to Atlanta.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I really enjoyed. Thank you. Thank you much.
Chuk Cheche.
Tukchiche.
Tukchiche.
Yes, very good.
You're listening to the best of the Morning X. You can also catch it on the Morning X podcast, wherever you get your podcasts, or at 99x.com.